I went in, I've got 8 pairs of pants on. Can I shake it down? I looked very huge in the subway department because I had 8 pairs. So they should be there. Well, you've got quite wide hips, Joe. You've got childbirthing hips there. Give it to them. You don't have it terrible.
Good morning. Yes, I've got up at 8:28. Well, got up at 8 actually. But at 8:30 I have breakfast laid on by the hotel. So in a couple of minutes I'll be on my way. Whew, just come from breakfast and it was very filling, quite bloated as you can see, maybe. Right, I deleted some files off, not yesterday's, the day before, so Wednesday, Tuesdays. So I've deleted Tuesday's files because I've seen the video. Now I'm going to move yesterday's files, Wednesday's, the 28th, from the recording device, the camera phone, to the laptop, or to the USB drive, the defective USB drive, via the laptop.
Would have to reopen negotiations were you to hold a referendum based on your deal to ask the British
views as to how we should deliver on that view, but I believe that we should deliver on it. I believe we owe it to the British people.
Sorry about that. I was about to tell you I just closed my laptop because I transferred all of yesterday's files over, and I was about to put away the laptop when the phone rang, and it was the seller of my apartment who was outside telling me he was outside with my mail. So I had to abruptly break out of that clip and resume here. It's not much mail, probably 3 or 4. Hopefully one of them is from Greenwich Council with my refund application, so looking forward to that. And I think the latest I'd said about them was that they're in the middle of arranging a removal firm. I think they're still looking at quotes. I didn't know if he said he chose one, but I think he's got a couple in mind. But they're not near exchanging contracts yet because they're still waiting on some report to do with the management side. Their purchase has two entities. One handles the maintenance and one handles the services. It's like two different landlords in a sense, and their solicitors are waiting for something on the services front. And he did chase them up. He did chase his solicitor up last week, and I think he's going to chase them up again this week. So it's not as near to the crunch as I thought, but it's okay. There's always ways around it. Right, I'm going to open my mail now, put away the laptop, and then I'm going to go to the dry cleaners before lunchtime, because the time now is almost 11 o'clock. Right, off I go. Because it was I think 11 o'clock or nearly 11 o'clock, I didn't even open the post, and it looked like there was two from the bank, one from the council, because I can tell because they've spelt my Christian name wrong, and one from the water board, Tesco club cards. So that's that, two, I think it's about 5 altogether, but I haven't opened any of them yet because, as I say, I wanted to get out and get to the laundrette before noon if I can help it. I'm about 5 minutes away now and it's 11:24. Right, here we go. Attempt number 3. No, I can't park in there, it's impossible. Yep, there's a space there. Yeah, there's a space there, good. At last, I have a parking space. One left, would you believe? One parking space left. Amazing. Oh well. Look at the way he's parked his car. He's parked in 90 degrees to how it should be. Right, to the laundrette. what happened was, woman parked the car on my right with her son in the back, and she then came back and the car had gone. And what happened was, it's a new car, she said, and somebody's parked it. Oh, somebody's parked it on the left of this car, of my car. So panic over. Right, done the laundry. I've even washed this as well. So now I'm going to go, I don't know which, go right. It's not, traffic's not too bad, so yeah, I'm going to go right, and I'm going to go to Morrisons to pick up the talcum powder and 2 still water. Gloomy day, gloomy as in weather. It's been quite a productive day compared to yesterday. Happy about the laundry. So I'm heading up to Morrisons. Just passing Tesco Extra. I thought it was Express. Oh, it's Extra. I'll be coming here after Morrisons to get grapefruit juice and Ploughman's cheddar sandwiches. I just remembered it. Remember the riddle, or the amusingly intriguing story about the hotel room television losing reception? What happened was, a couple of days ago, I had a telly on and it went off. Sometimes it times out after about 3 or 4 hours. It seemed strange because I didn't think I had it on that long. And what it was, it lost reception. Even that wasn't strange to me because it has happened before. But after a few seconds it comes back again. So I didn't think much of it. And then it occurred to me that it's not going to come on. So I checked the connections, you know, where the aerial goes in. There's about 2 sockets. One leads to the communal aerial, and one leads to the television, and the cable that connects both of them is like an extension. So I checked both sockets, no joy. So I checked the telly in the lounge and it was working. So I thought I was beginning to suspect I had a problem here. So what I did was I retuned it. but the retune didn't pick up any programs because there was no reception. So, cut a long story short, I reported it to the owner of the hotel, and he said he'll get his bag of tools and fix it next time I pop out. So I popped out and went to, there was one when I went to, I revisited Gildred Park and Manor Gardens, and I found a golf ball. Hope these aren't spoilers because this is these are in a previous video. Anyway, the call, when I got back to the hotel, it was fixed, and I sent a text to the owner and I thanked him, and he said it was his fault, and I'll find it amusing the next time he'll see me when he tells me what caused it. So this morning at breakfast, I asked him. I said, "What was the story?" I said, and he said, "Well, what happened was he went into the loft to get a spare bed or something, and while he was in the loft, he had a shock because there was a pigeon or a seagull or some bird flying around inside. So he had a problem about how to get it, how to get rid of it. So at this point I kind of lost my train of thought because he said something about going onto the roof. And it wasn't a roof, it was just like it was a kind of roof, but it was a safe roof. And he said he tripped over the aerial. I know there's a lot of questions raised now thinking about it. Why would it, if the bird was flying around in the loft, or maybe he was trying to get the bird out through the roof, maybe that's it. And when he did that and he followed it up, he said he tripped over the wire. That was it. That's the funny story. I suppose it is funny when you think about it. You go in the loft and you find there's a bird flying around up there trying to get out, and he wanted it out as well, and so he went out through the roof and got the bird out that way, and on the way he tripped over the wire, and that caused it all. So I suppose, and all because of a rogue bird in the loft. And that's why the telly was on the blink. It is amusing, but not too amusing, but there is some levity in that. Right, I've parked because I've arrived at Morrisons car park. Well, that was a waste of time, believe it or not, because I'm going to introduce a brand new saga into my adventurous life, and it is the saga of the talcum powder. Yep, Morrisons do stock it, well, they do sell it, but it's out of stock, and they replenish their stocks on Thursday night, tonight, which means I have to go there tomorrow morning, tomorrow. that's the saga. Come back tomorrow. I'm not letting that incident mar an otherwise productive day. So I'm going to head to Tesco, which was on the plan anyway, and pick up the sandwiches, crisp, grapefruit juice. I still got the water from Morrisons because sometimes Tesco do run out of water, and I only paid 34p, and it was embarrassing. I got a strange, well, I had to explain myself to the, well, I didn't have to explain myself to the cashier, but I did. I said, well, I was looking for something else and I got lumped with these two. He couldn't care, but I felt I had to explain why I'm only here for 34p. And yeah, so it wasn't such a bad idea to get the water from Morrisons. If they have water at Tesco or don't have, then it would have been worthwhile then, you see. Right, got everything I needed. 2 sandwiches, albeit pickle and cheese instead of ploughman's cheddar, or ploughman's sandwich is actually called. And 2 grapefruit juices, 2 crisps, and that's it really. Nothing else to add really. So now I'm going to head back to the hotel, unload this lot. I'm going to meet my sister at 3 at the Arndale. That's the plan really, so far, apart from the obvious, which is ooh, crikey, bloody dangerous roundabout, isn't it? What time is it? It's only 1:15. Feels like the rush hour. Well, there's a 5-acre field there. Perhaps I should get some footage of that one day. Just a open field really, open green, that's it really, open green. Roundabouts. Yes, roundabouts. What's to say about roundabouts? Only that when the first car, the second car I bought. Anyway, in '89 I learned to drive. And in '94 was the first time I bought a car. So I hadn't driven for 4 years. then I realised I didn't need the car. So after a year, it was sold, and that was in '95. Then I got the next car in 2002. So what's that? 7 years. 7 years, even a bigger gap. And when I took it for a test drive, it was a roundabout on a hill. So of course I had to and it was a manual car. Of course you have to get biting point, otherwise it will stall, and it kept stalling, and it sort of instilled a fear of roundabouts in me. But of course in time I got over it, but I never forgot that first fear of a roundabout. I don't know what's going on here on the seafront. Are they adding more shingles, or are they adding sand? I don't know what's going on. A couple of giant, what do you call those yellow construction vehicles with the big spades, you know? Sort of diggers, I think. They're diggers? So they can dig up stuff with a really big spade. Yeah, there's something's happening on the front. I need to ask my sister later. It's probably on the Eastbourne Herald. Development, construction. Work starts on Eastbourne seafront. Replace shingles. Adding sand. Sandinizing an otherwise pebbly beach. Look at that sky. Amazing. It's gone, well, it's 2 on the dot actually. I found a parking space. I can't remember what I was saying while I was parking, because you may have seen a workman standing there, and I wasn't sure if he was going to usher me on or not. He kept completely quiet, and it took me a couple of attempts to reverse park, parallel park. And when I got out, he said, "I'm waiting for a van." And I didn't know what to say to that, because I didn't care. So I said, "You are?" He goes, "Yeah, in case you're wondering why I'm standing here." I said, "Oh, okay. I'm not in the way, am I?" He goes, "No, if you go back a bit, because my mate's gone to bring the van round." I said, "Do you want me to go?" He said, No, just move back, and it'll be enough room for him." And when I was reversing back, the van had already appeared, ready to move in. So the workman guided me in, and then this van appeared, and it was really small. You couldn't have seen a more smaller van, and managed to get into the spot that was in front of me. So we're both lucky to have parking spaces. So I came here. Well, I'm going to hang up my laundry and then chill for a few minutes, and then I think about 10, just before 10 to 3, I'm gonna head to the Arndale and have a coffee with my sister. Then we're going back to her house. I can't say too much because it could be a spoiler alert. All I can say at this point, there's 99% chance this is to do with something for my my second channel, my family channel, in the not too distant future. So I don't want to say too much because I haven't mentioned it yet. It's been building, and since I haven't mentioned it yet, I'm not going to mention it until nearer the time or events leading up to. We'll see. And while I'm there, we might watch the third Ip Man film. We shall see. Then when I come back here, I will edit yesterday's video. There's only 30 clips, so that won't take me too long, 2 to 3 hours maybe. So, and then it might be ready around the midnight mark to view. Right, so I'm not even going to get undressed really. I'm just going to unload these bags, empty these bags.
The average price.
Right, I'm going to open the post. I've hung up the laundry, put away the essentials. My coat's on the chair. The time is 2:20. I've got just under half an hour to go through my post. That could be a spoiler alert there if you've seen it. That is to do with the Project X. Right, so I'm going to open the post, and quite hot actually. Oh, the coat in question, yes. I remembered to throw it in the washing machine before I started it this time. And of course, I put the dryer on for like a good half an hour, and when I took it off, I think everything was just dry. 100% dry, including the coat, which I put on straight away and made one of the co-washers giggle. Yes, right, post.